Hey guys, it's Nicole, and today I'm going to be doing the process video for my June layout for the monthly celebrations video series that I'm doing in collaboration with Grace Tolman here on YouTube. In the description box below, I will have a link to her video and a link to her blog, so you can go ahead and check out her stuff. Basically, each month for the year of 2017, we are showing different ways that we sort of scrapbook our way through the holidays or the seasons or just different things that happen throughout the year. For June, I think normally I would do maybe more like pool-related things, or my niece, her birthday is in June. I unfortunately did not have those photos sort of ready to go. I did have some photos for June printed, but I had them paired with a kit from Scrapbook Generation, and I kind of felt like maybe it was cheating a little bit to kind of use a kit for this particular video series. So I had recently just sent two collages to Walmart 1 hour, so I mean not great quality, and these are pictures from my cell phone. But basically I did a separate collage for when we had our house painted and when we officially moved in, both of which were June of 2015. So I figured this would kind of be a fun take on maybe something different for June. And for whatever reason, anytime we've ever moved, we always seem to want to move when it's hot. And I don't mean like when it's like, you know, just generally hot. I mean, we live in Las Vegas, and I'm talking like 110, 115 degrees while you're moving. So that makes things fun. So I am going to be doing layout another day as far as the pictures that I took while the painters were doing everything in the house. This one, I only had a couple photos on my phone from when we had moved in. I had taken some of, basically I would load up the driveway and the guys would come by with the trailer and just take everything. And then we had a room in the house where we were just dumping all of the boxes, and then basically over the next week I sort of started moving the boxes where they needed to go. And then the first night in the house, we got our bed set up, but we were not able to get the kids' bed set up. So my daughter ended up sleeping on her mattress in our room, and my son, we just put his mattress down in what became the playroom, and they were so exhausted they really didn't care. And then I had just taken a shot of my car during one of the many loads, and then this was the kids during one of the last runs that I had made after I picked them up from the sitter that day. So originally I was starting to pull stuff, and I was already kind of thinking along the lines of primary colors, mostly just because my son's bed's in there, the kids kind of, everything was just kind of red, blue, yellow, green type of thing was speaking to me. I don't usually like match stuff. So I just kind of went through my supplies, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and use this. I wanted to use like a text paper background, and this was, I bought a ton of this when my local store closed, so I have a bunch of these. And Walmart somehow managed to cut off the top of my print, so I don't have the nice white border up here, so I'm probably just gonna maybe see about covering that up with a border strip or something. And I was almost thinking maybe having the collage almost coming down from the top of the page, and then maybe using this for my title. And then I left this blank. The photo collage actually kind of went this way, but this photo wasn't going to fit within that square, so I deleted both squares, put my photo in here, and then left this blank. So I may cut down some pattern paper and put my journaling here and kind of have it all inclusive. So I'm thinking maybe I can do that, and then just put my title here, and then maybe have something kind of going this way. And I did not plan anything, I'm just kind of winging it, and I'm almost wanting to maybe play around with like the geotag or something, and maybe kind of stamp it in some of the coordinating colors. I almost wish that there was like another size. I do have this one, but they're like attached to the phrase, so I may see if one of these is noticeably smaller and maybe just cut it off so I don't have to mask it. And then so as I was kind of going through everything, I remembered that I have this 6x6 pad from Simple Stories, Urban Traveler, which it's not necessarily like moving themed, but it's the colors that I was thinking of as I was pulling stuff. So I haven't quite figured out what I'm gonna do as far as like paper, pattern paper and stuff. So far, what I'm planning seems to be pretty simple. So knowing that I had that, I don't think I have the full collection of this, but I'm not sure. I have a couple sheets that I got in a warehouse box, and when I pulled them out, I'm almost kind of thinking I want to do maybe this one for a background, but then I kind of think it's a little dark, and I don't know how well like the stamping would show up on it. So I almost want to stay with this because it's lighter, and then sort of commit to stamping some stuff on here. But either way, I just kind of pulled whatever I had, and then I do have the 2 sticker sheets. So either I got the sticker sheets in a warehouse box, or somewhere in my room I actually have the full collection. Either way, I'm just gonna wing it. So I'm basically going with, I guess, this color theme, and then some of the basic icons like the camera and maybe the suitcases, or like the phrases as far as like let's go or destination and stuff, since we were moving. Things like notes, you are here, stuff like that I feel like can go with moving. So I'm gonna go ahead, put you guys on fast forward, and see if I can figure out what I'm gonna do.
Alright, so as I got to working on this, and you'll see here in just a little bit, I ended up changing sort of where I was going to have my title and my journaling. The journaling I ended up having to move mostly because I had more to say than what was going to fit in that little 2x3 sized area on my photo collage. So to start off with, I just grabbed 2 geotag stamps that I had shown in the intro, and I just kind of grabbed different ink colors that I felt matched the sticker sheet from Simple Stories. That was pretty much what I was using to go off of as far as my color palette, because at this point I still hadn't figured out if I was going to use any pattern papers and what those were going to be. And in the end, I only ended up using a little 2x3 inch sized piece of pattern paper other than my background, and I ended up really liking it. Normally I will sort of do as many photos as I can include on a layout, and I also tend to like a lot of patterns coming through from my papers and stuff. So this was sort of a different style for me, maybe. Just kind of, I feel like I'm in this really simple rut, or I don't know, it seems like the last few layouts that I've done have been pretty simple, pretty quick to put together, but I'm still doing and incorporating the things that I like. I'm still getting a lot of photos on a page. I'm still making sure to include my journaling, title, and then doing some of the things that I personally enjoy, whether it being, you know, stamping on layouts, or maybe making my own die cut scene and that type of thing. So when I was putting the layout together, I just wasn't really forcing myself to have to use the pattern paper, I guess. So I basically just sort of went down, I guess, like a mental checklist for me. I started with the stamping mostly because I knew I needed some of it to be in the background and behind my photos, and then I tend to move from photos to title to journaling, and then sort of the extra things. Here I didn't really like the empty space that I ended up with after I put down the letters for day, and so I grabbed this little circle icon sticker, and it says date and it has a camera on it. And I quickly figured out that my date stamp was going to be too wide for it, so I just grabbed 2 number stickers and one of the little dots for, I think they use it for a hyphen or something. And I just decided to do the month and the day, because I know that this is from 2015. It's going to go on my 2015 album, so I don't necessarily feel like each layout has to have the year on it. If I filed it correctly and it's in my layout, then, you know, I just have, you know, the month and the day. And a lot of times if it's not necessarily something important, I'll just put like the month and the year. Um, for this layout, I did go ahead and do the actual date, mostly because I am probably going to have a couple layouts involving, house hunting, finding the house, closing on the house, getting it painted, moving in, settling in, and different things that we had done around the house. So I kind of like having the month and the day, I guess, so that I can look back on it and kind of see, how long that process was, I guess. And then I pretty much just took stickers from the the big icon sheet, and then I took a couple that they include on the alphabet sheet. And then I just grabbed this sheet from the 6x6 papers that coordinate with the collection and went ahead and used that as my filler. And then originally I was going to do my journaling on just some craft cardstock, but I could not get it to go through my printer, so I ended up just having to print it on some Nina smooth white cardstock that I keep on hand for like stamping. So I just went ahead and went with that, and then because it wasn't standing out from my page, I inked it with the Navy Hero Arts ink that I had stamped with, and then I just went ahead and inked the edges of the pattern paper to sort of make it cohesive. And that was pretty much it. I did grab a border sticker here in a second to cover up where the top of my photo collage was cut off from the printer, and I'm not going to have it go all the way up to the top. I liked sort of having that little peekaboo effect of the background papers coming through. So I hope you enjoyed June's layout. We are halfway through this series, and be sure to visit Grace's channel and her video, which I have linked below, and be sure to leave us each a comment and maybe share with us how you celebrate June or even July, so that we've got some different ideas for next month. And I will catch you guys later.